Hey everyone, Dr. Richard Lai here with Study Acupuncture with me. So in this video, I'm going to review a CBD product that I used while I was walking thousands of steps through Taiwan and Korea. So first, let me tell you who the sponsor of this video is, which let's let Happy Vacation Richard from Korea tell you who it is. And this video is sponsored by Poutee. Alright, so what is Poutee? Poutee is a women-owned and run startup company, and they sell this Poutee Active. So Poutee Active is a hot and cold pain relief oil, and it uses broad spectrum CBD. So that means it has no THC in it. And right now, Poutee is actually offering Study Acupuncture with Me listeners 50% off when they use the code SAWM at checkout. Now this offer only lasts until December 15th, 2023. So if you want to take advantage of this offer, use code SAWM at checkout on their website at poutee.com. That's POUTEE.com. Alright, now what I really want to do is I want to break down this product for you and break down this company for you and give it a really honest review. Now, even though they're a sponsor, I'm still going to give them a very honest review of their product and their company. Now, how I'm going to do that is I'm going to review some of the important factors that you should consider whenever you're shopping for a healthcare product like a balm, a cream, or an oil. So let's begin. So first, we should look at it as a CBD product, right? So with CBD products, we have to know what kind of CBD is in it. Now with CBD, there's three types. There's full spectrum, there's broad spectrum, and there's CBD isolate. And the basic difference is the compounds that are in it. So with full spectrum, there are cannabinoid compounds in it from the cannabis plant. There's also a low level of THC in the full spectrum one. Now by low level, I mean that there's less than 0.3% in it, which that generally isn't enough to get you high unless you buy a product that's full spectrum that's highly concentrated. So for example, you can get like a tincture that has a high concentration of CBD per milliliter. Sometimes you can get 2 milligrams per milliliter. And with that, you could potentially have some euphoria from that tincture. Now with full spectrum CBD, the jury is still out in terms of research. All the research studies that I've looked up say that because of all those other compounds in full spectrum CBD, that it can help things like seizures, anxiety, pain, depression, and it even has anti-inflammatory effects. But again, the jury is still out, and they all say that more research is needed in order to reach a conclusion. Next, we have broad spectrum CBD, which broad spectrum CBD is exactly what Poutee Active is. Broad spectrum CBD basically contains the same or at least similar cannabinoid compounds, just like in full spectrum CBD, except there's no THC. So with broad spectrum CBD, you get all those benefits of those cannabinoid compounds that are found in the hemp plant without the THC. And then lastly, there's CBD isolate, which CBD isolate just contains CBD cannabinoid and nothing else. So again, with Poutee Active, it's a broad spectrum CBD, so you get all the benefits of the CBD and the other cannabinoid compounds from the hemp plant without THC. Alright, next let's talk about potency. So with Poutee, it does offer 3 different strengths in its oil product. So it starts with 600 milligrams, goes up to 1200, which I have here, and it maxes out at 2400 milligrams in a 100 milliliter container. Now 100 milliliters is exactly 3.4 ounces, which is exactly the amount that you can take on an airplane. So kudos to Poutee for that. Now Poutee also has a gel and a cream. I have the oil here. The gel and the cream does not come in that high concentration, so it doesn't come in a 2400 milligram concentration. It just comes in the 600 and the 1200. Alright, next let's talk about whether or not Poutee has a certification of analysis. Now, why do you want a certification of analysis? Having this certification shows you that the company that you're purchasing from is transparent with their ingredients, and what they advertise is actually true. So having this certification lets you know that the ingredients that they show in their advertisements and on their bottle are actually inside the product that you're using. And it also lets you know that the product is toxic free. Now, with Poutee, it does have the certification of analysis, and it shows it right next to the ingredients when you purchase their products, and they also link directly to their certification at the bottom of every page of their website. And according to the certification of analysis, it says that with this product, there is a high amount of CBD, and it also contains CBG. Now, CBG is a cannabinoid which can help fight inflammation, pain, and nausea. All right, next let's talk about environmentally friendliness. Now, Poutee does say that it gets its CBD from organically grown hemp and that it gets credit for carbon offsets, which means that it's taking steps towards reducing its carbon footprint. And then Poutee is also part of the 1% for the planet. Now, that means that this business actually commits to donating at least 1% of all of their annual sales to an environmental organization. So in terms of environmental friendliness, Poutee does win in this category. Okay, next let's talk about the ingredients inside Poutee, which besides the concentration of CBD, there's also menthol and there's camphor. There's also peppermint essential oil in it. Now we know that peppermint essential oil can help with aches and pains. It also has other oils like eucalyptus essential oil. Now eucalyptus essential oil can have good effects on our immune system. It also has rosemary essential oil. Now, rosemary essential oil can help with focus, it can help with anxiety, it can also help with stress. Now, let's get to the most important part, which is price. So this oil, it can come in a starter kit for $64.95. Now, with the starter kit, you get this 100 milliliter bottle of oil, and it also gives you an applicator. So the applicator screws on and you can roll on to any of your body parts, any of your joints, and you can actually loosen or tighten it so that you can allow more oil or less oil to come out. Which, I'll be honest, that price, when I first looked at it, it felt high. So what I did was I went and looked at the competition. And the first thing I noticed that was different is that the sizes that the competitors offer are very different. Which, based on what I found, most of the competitors offer 30 milliliter containers. Now, how much do they sell a 30 milliliter container for? They sell it for $45. Now, with Poutee, you get 100 milliliters in 3 different concentrations. So it really depends on which one you'd rather spend. Would you rather spend $45 for 30 milliliters, or would you rather spend $40 for 100 milliliters? And then with the oil, you're only supposed to use a small amount, so 100 milliliters is going to last you a really long time. Alright, so overall, I do give this my stamp of approval. When I was in Taiwan and Korea, I used it sparingly. I used it every other day, especially on my knees and my calves, since I was walking so much every single day, and I would use it as the medium for my soft tissue massage. So what I did was I would start with my IT band, I would go around my knees, I would really get my gastrocs and my tibialis anterior, and I would give it a really good soft tissue massage every other day, and I would only use it on consecutive days if I had high step counts for both of those days. So in summary, again, I give it my stamp of approval based on the fact that I like that it comes in 3 different strengths. So if I'm finding that the benefits of this 1200 milligram are starting to plateau, I can move up to 2400. If you're someone who's starting at 600, you can move up to 1200 and move up to a max of 2400 milligrams. I also like that they're really transparent with their ingredients and they're super environmentally friendly. And then I also like that they have these other ingredients in there that are really beneficial for my skin, for my pain, and for my mood. Now, let's talk about some opportunities or some cons that I see with the company. Now, for some people, I can see why they may not like the fact that there's only 100 milliliter sizes. Me, for example, I would like larger sizes for an acupuncture clinic or a physical therapy clinic. That way I can have this big pump that I can use for all my patients throughout the whole entire day. Another con that I see is that there is a limited amount of reviews on their website, and they're all 5-star reviews, which I guess they're a new company, so their reviews are still building up. And the last thing that I'll say is that for some of my patients anyway, some of them they prefer either camphor or menthol, because camphor is more warming and then menthol is more cooling. Like Tiger Balm, for example, as popular as it is, it has both menthol and camphor in it, and some of my patients don't like that. Alright, so I'll have this review on my website as well, so you can see it there, and you can find all the applicable links that you need there to purchase. And again, I myself have used this, and I found benefit in it, especially for when I was traveling, and I wanted to make sure that I gave myself the self-care that I needed so I didn't bang up my joints too much. So again, for all listeners of Study Acupuncture with me, you can get 50% off right now until December 15th, 2023, as long as you use the code SAWM at checkout. So you can go and get their products at Poutee.com, Poutee.com. And that does it for this review of Poutee Active. Until next time, God bless and happy studying.